Welcome to Saints at Manahawkin United Methodist Church. We have a very special guest today, Art and Lovisa Hill. Now, speaking of the faith, going back to Lovisa, I would call it God moment. You feel like God is very close to you or with you, and God is hearing your voice or prayers and so forth. Can you share with us if there is one or two that you would call that way?
Okay, the first one was when I was 6 years old. It was very dark, and all of a sudden I could see Jesus.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And he
wow.
put his arms out.
Wow.
And then I just went to sleep, I guess.
Wow.
But now that I'm adult, I know that God speaks to you in dreams, so perhaps that was a moment. And then my middle brother was out on a boat, and it was a sailboat, just he and the owner of the boat tipped over.
Wow.
So they were just going out for a short time, and he and this other fellow, the boat righted itself. It was a sailboat, and off it went. Well, they're out in the middle of this huge lake.
Yeah.
And the only person he could see was fishing off in a distance. And my brother got the fella calmed down, and he said, the only way we're going to survive this, they didn't put on life jackets.
Oh.
He said, is for me to swim to that fellow, and you have to float on your back.
Who floated? Tom or
No, this was
He
the owner of the boat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
And they said a prayer, and off he went.
Wow.
So he said to God, God, if you save me,
Oh.
I'll work for you.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And he did. The other fella drowned.
Oh, he did?
Man.
Yes.
Whoa.
But
was this Tom or Roy?
This was Lyman.
Lyman.
Your
okay.
brother Lyman.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And the coroner said that he just gave up because a drowning person drowns with their hands over their head, and his were at his side. So
Wow.
he gave up. And my brother became superintendent of Sunday school.
Wow.
So
That's great. Wow. That's good. Thank you. How about Art? You felt like, God is listening to me or he's close to me.
I think when I was going to the community class or whatever,
Yeah.
that I began to realize that you needed some kind of relationship in God rather than just saying your daily prayers and going to. You needed to have an association with Him. That's probably the first time I really felt that.
How old were you at the time?
12.
12.
Maybe
Wow.
11, 12, 13,
I see.
that kind of age. Before that, you went to church regularly and you thought about Jesus and thought about God,
true,
but
right.
I never
There's
really felt
a
relationship at that point.
Ever since you became the member of the church various times here and there, right?
Yeah.
absolutely. The church was always the center.
Oh, yeah.
Because we moved 8 times with, he was in graduate school, and then he went in the Army, and then a couple of different places that we worked, that you worked. So I went with him.
True. So tell us about how did you meet with each other? I mean, fell in love and ended up getting married and so forth. I would call love story.
We met at a, what do you call it? A mixer dance.
Mixer dance.
She came down from her school, and it was at MIT, which was mostly a male school.
Male school.
At that point.
That's
now
right.
I understand.
And I went to a female school.
Yeah. Now I understand that there are a lot more girls at MIT than there were when I was there. We had maybe 15 out of a class of 900. So I met Lovisa there, and at some point I wrote down her address and phone number and called her at Lesley College where she went, which was up behind Harvard Law, sort of. Went to a movie. We went to dinner.
We went to dinner.
Oh, wow.
And then you thought it was such a nice date. You asked me out the next weekend. We went to see the Weavers, which was like a country bluegrass type.
Is it? Okay.
And it was at the Kresge Auditorium at MIT.
Oh, okay.
And he had beautiful red wavy hair.
I always used to have pictures.
I was trying to find the one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the only one we've got of us. And
Oh,
the two of us
two
are,
of you.
we're wearing some kind of hats, and we're in
We're
the top
hiking
of the
in the
Grand
Grand
Oh, I see,
Canyon.
I
It
see.
was in Grand
Looks like a pirates, eh?
something red to keep the heat
It
off.
says 1987 went a short way into the Grand Canyon. Oh, right. This is overhang. What year did you get married then?
1964.
64.
You passed.
I did.
Oh.
I graduated in 63.
Oh, I see.
And Lovisa graduated in 64.
Oh, I see.
Now, people did that then. Now they don't get married until the late
Yeah,
20s
back
or
then.
30s.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
But,
people wait.
Today's our grandson's birthday, the oldest one. He's 28.
And still.
And he's a best man at two of his friends' weddings. But he doesn't even have a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wait.
So we
nowadays.
had, yeah.
They do wait.
Going back to that, after you got married.
Well, I was in graduate school first.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up getting a PhD
Yeah, that's
in
right.
engineering.
That's right.
And then I went into the Army,
Yeah,
and we had a child,
yeah.
Heather.
Heather, and you went up to your parents, and
Yeah, I wasn't going to go with
Yeah,
him.
because he
to-
was stationed
I was in
someplace,
basic training at that
Oh,
point.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that was
When
tough.
I was stationed, it was a kind of a soft detail. We were stationed in suburban Washington.
Oh,
I went to the Harry Diamond Labs, which sounds like it should be a Communist Front organization, but it was a lab that worked on fuses,
wow.
electronic
Is that right?
proximity fuses for anti-aircraft stuff and missiles and all that
yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff.
Now you can share this military secret now.
I was pretty good at trying to avoid getting
Yeah.
I had secret clearance, but I tried not to read any secret documents. I didn't want to let my mouth run too much or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
right. It was during just the beginning of the Vietnam War, though?
It was
When
kind
you
of
were
in the middle of
in the
it,
middle already.
67.
Oh, wow, wow.
And I also sometimes thought I would have liked to have gone to Europe, but I knew if I extended a year
Yeah.
to go to Europe,
Yeah.
after I did Europe, I'd
Then they
have to
would
go
send you
to
Vietnam.
Southeast Asia, was
That's
what they
right.
called
Wow,
it.
wow, wow, wow.
So
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want him going there.
That's
I didn't
right.
want to go there
Yeah,
either.
that's right.
I wasn't
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
gung-ho
yeah,
for the
yeah,
military.
Yeah.
How many children you have and how many grandchildren you have?
Well, we have 3 children.
Three
You have
children.
3 children.
One boy and 2 girls.
2 girls.
5 grandchildren.
5 grandchildren.
And
And
4
step-grandchildren.
step-grandchildren.
Our son married an older woman, and
Oh, is
she
that right?
had
4 boys.
So, but you don't have any great grandchildren yet?
No.
not
Is it
really.
coming?
No, not in any
knows?
hurry. I don't think.
No, they don't. Nobody's in a hurry today.
Okay. They're all healthy and doing
All
well.
healthy.
That's good. That's good. The principles that you follow along to live with.
Well, it's always, my parents were always givers. And my father would give chickens and people that didn't have anything.
Oh,
If they came and asked for a chicken, he'd just give them one.